Hey guys, so welcome to this video on the SQL where clause. So if you've been watching the playlist sequentially, you'll know that the last few videos we had done were on the select statement in SQL, and we use the select statement to basically go into a table that we choose and just extract all the data from it so that we can just view what data that we have stored in the table. So now we'll be able to start filtering these records, and we can do that using the where clause. So basically, with the where clause, we can use it inside the select statement to go in and extract records that fulfill a specified condition. So we can specify a condition, and we write a query, and then the query goes in and pulls out the data that satisfies the condition which we had specified. So let's just set up the environment and the demo data. So for the purposes of this video, I'm using SQL Server on a Mac, and to do that I'm using Azure Data Studio, and I've got a installation guide for others who are on Mac, and I'll link to that in the top right hand corner of the screen. And for those who are on Windows, I've got another installation guide to tell you how to install SQL Server Management Studios, which is the Windows tool that you need to practice TSQL and SQL Server. But the key thing is that there's absolutely no difference between the two. It's just that the UI looks a bit different and the installation process is a bit different, but otherwise it's exactly the same. So now let's just get into the demo data that I've created for you guys. So I'll link to a GitHub repository in the description below the video, and that will have two code files. So the one which you see, table setup.sql, well, within that I've just sort of created a table, and I've got the data that you want to populate the table with. So you can just copy the table creation code and run it, and then after that you can just copy the data that's to be inserted in there. I've got 100 rows of data. This is just sample data, so it's easy for you to work with, and this is in a GitHub repository that is linked to the linked in the description below the video. So I run it, and yeah, I think all the data has been inserted. So let's just see, select star from sample data, which is the table's name, if you had been paying attention. And yeah, we had learned this statement in the last video. So once we run it, you can see that we get this table which has an ID, first name, last name, email, gender, an IP address, an age, a country, and a credit card, and a currency. So now that we've got the environment set up, let's just go in and look at the syntax for the where clause. So putting the syntax up, you can see that it's just basically you write the select statement, and then below that, or after that, you just put the where keyword along with the condition. So for this given syntax, I've showed you the where clause in a select statement, but you can also use it in an update or a delete statement. I'll be doing a demo of that as well in this video, so stay tuned. And apart from that, another important thing to note is that when we specify criteria, it's important to know that there can be text fields and numeric fields in the sense of with regards to the criteria. And it's important to remember that when we're using text fields, we need to place the values inside single quotes, and now maybe you can use double quotes also, but I would prefer you guys stick to single quotes. And also for numeric fields, you should not use single quotes. So remember that very clearly. If it's a text or a string value, you use single quotes, and if it's like a numeric value like an integer or a float where you want to perform computation on the number later on, then you don't use single quotes. So let's dive into a basic SQL statement using the where clause. So suppose we wanted to extract all the data of people who are males, and to do that we would have to specify a condition or criterion where this gender is equal to male. So how do we do that? We do select star from data. I'm just breaking it into lines so that it's easier for you to read, and then you write where gender equal to male inside single quotes, because remember that it is a text field. And also it's important that you remember to match the case to that is in the table. So now once we run it, you can see that the data we've returned is only male. Alright, so that's just a basic use of the where clause. And it's another thing for you to know is that this equal to sign is called an operator, and in the where clause there are numerous operators that can be used. So I'll just pull the most important of them up. So you can see we've got the equal to, greater than, less than, greater than or equal, less than or equal, and the not equal. So these are typically what you would be using, the operators that you would be using in your SQL coding. And there are a few more specialized ones, and we'll be getting into them in later videos. So let's just dive into some more queries which are a bit more complex that use the where clause. So we've now looked at extracting all data, that all columns of data where their gender is male. So like we learned in the select statement, you can also do a statement where you just pull specific columns. So here we're pulling data, we're pulling just their first name and last name of males in the table. We run that and you can see, yeah, we've just got the first name and last name. And if you put gender also, you can just confirm that these are all in fact males. So yeah, we've got the males in here. And just on a side note, if anybody wants all these queries that I'm using, I'll be linking to them. They will be present in the GitHub repo that I've linked below the video. So apart from the table setup code file, there's another code file, and there you can find all these queries that I've been using in the video. So we had done a statement with where we wanted to find all males, and that was the text field. So we had used a numeric clause. We had used single quotes. So now let's look at a query where we use a numeric field without single quotes. So the simplest way to do that would be to get all people who are of a specific age. Alright, so let's do where age, and then we can do equal to 25. So this should return all 25-year-olds in the table. And we've used select star, so we get all the columns as well. So you can see that's working. And now just to going back to those operators which we had looked at, you can just do less than. You can try them all out here. Less than, so you can see that we've got all people who are younger, less than or equal to. That would include all the people who are 25 years old as well. And you can do that again with the greater than or greater than equal to. It's pretty self-explanatory. So now the last one to look at would be the not equal to. So you can do that with the less than and greater than sign. And just to make it clear, we can do an example where we find all people who are not males. So it would be easier, it would be clearer in the data when we run this query rather than just running it against an age. So, here change age to gender. So we write where gender not equal to male. Now once we run this query where gender not equal to male, you can see that in the gender column we have everything except male. So that's how the not equal to works. And just another example of the set of the where clause being used in statements other than the select statements. Here we've got the update statement, which I can do an example in. So update sample data. I had shown you guys, I have done videos on the update statement as well, so you can check back with the playlist and see how that works. So yeah, just to set the context for this, we do select star from sample data, and we run just this command. You can see that we have got, the first guy in the table, his name is Darren. suppose we found out that that had a spelling mistake and we wanted to change just Darren and correct a spelling mistake so that it has the 2 R's which it needs to have. So using the update statement, we can do that by setting the first name to the correct spelling, which with 2 R's, and we match it to the existing row in the data through this where clause. So where the first name is currently Darren with 1 R. So let's run just this update statement. So you can see what we've done here is we want to set the first name to Darren with 2 R's where it is currently Darren with 1 R, like it is in the table right now. So let's run this. We can see that 1 row affected, so that should mean it's worked. Now when we run the table, yeah, we see Darren with 2 R's. Alright, so that was a look at the update statement with the where clause. Now let's look at the delete table statement. So suppose we wanted to delete a specific user. Alright, so who can I delete? Okay, there's ID number 14, Lauren Saffer, and suppose I want to delete her. So I can do a delete statement. Again, we've got videos about these update and delete statements in the same playlist. You can go back and check those, or I can link them in the top right corner. So we do delete from sample data, which is delete from table name, which is the normal syntax for this delete statement. And then below that we can add a where clause. So we write where email equal to, so you could write where first name equal to Lon, but typically you would not use a first name. And I'm saying this in a practical sense because first names very often could match. So like many people could have the name Jacob or Matthew or Anne. So you would be deleting multiple users by accident when we're looking at larger data sets. But emails are unique usually, so there can only be one instance of an email, which is why they are normally used as primary keys or indexes in a table. So these are all topics which we'll be coming to, but just know that your email is a truly unique value for a user. So then it's the best way to match a specific user that we want to delete. So we do where email equal to, and we just copy the email that she has given, lsafford@google.ru. Run. So she was user number 14. So now we're going to run the statement. You can see 1 row affected, and then we view the data again, and here you can see 13 jumps to 15. That ID number 14 was deleted, which was Lauren Safford. So that is an example of the delete statement with the where clause. So once again, if you want to just copy down all these queries which we had used in this video, I'll have a code file with it in the GitHub repository linked in the description. So thank you guys for watching, and make sure to subscribe to this channel and like this video and share it with your friends. Thank you.